Hello fight fans, thanks for joining us at MMA Insider. Before we get rolling with today's news, show some love by hitting that like button and subscribing. Now let's uncover the latest happenings in MMA. Starting off, Beneil Dariush set to end lengthy hiatus at UFC 311 against Renato Moicano. Moving on, Max Holloway warns fans not to underestimate Ian Garry ahead of UFC 310. Lastly, UFC champion Alex Pereira reacts to altercation with Jamahal Hill. UFC lightweight contenders Beneil Dariush and Renato Moicano will collide in January. The 35-year-old hasn't been seen in the cage since a clash with Arman Tsarukyan last December. That bout saw Beneil Dariush get knocked out in his second straight fight, previously being finished by Charles Oliveira in June. Due to concerns about his brain health, the lightweight contender decided to take a year-long hiatus. In that time, Beneil Dariush has openly discussed a possible move to 170 pounds. However, it appears that the longtime UFC lightweight contender will be staying put at 155 pounds. Earlier today, the promotion took to social media to announce Dariush's return against Renato Moicano in January at UFC 311. For his part, the Brazilian is fresh off his headlining role against Benoit Saint-Denis in September. Renato Moicano dominated God of War in France, handing the rising lightweight a second-round knockout loss. Following his win in September, Renato Moicano called for a showdown with Paddy Pimblett. However, the promotion has decided to go in a different direction and book the Brazilian against Beneil Dariush. Earlier this week, Dana White announced several fights for the January pay-per-view event. At the top of the bill is a rematch between UFC lightweight champion Islam Makhachev and Arman Tsarukyan. The co-main event is another title bout, as newly crowned bantamweight champion Merab Dvalishvili will face Umar Nurmagomedov. Max Holloway doesn't believe the UFC 310 co-main event will be the wipeout some are predicting. Shavkat Rakhmonov and Ian Garry will do battle this Saturday night. The welterweight clash came to be after UFC welterweight champion Belal Muhammad was forced to pull out of a planned title defense against Rakhmonov. Now, fight fans will get to witness a clash between two undefeated welterweight contenders. Ahead of fight night, Holloway is warning fans not to underestimate Garry. A lot of people think Shavkat is going to go in there and run Ian over. I think Ian is a very smart fighter, very witty fighter, very smart, and he can change on a dime. If he wants to strike, he's going to strike. If he wants to take you to the ground, he's going to take you to the ground. Very complete mixed martial artist. I can see Shavkat getting a hold of something and just squeezing his neck off or his arm. I don't know, but is he going to be able to take the strikes from Ian on the stand-up? Ian is a super sharpshooter, bro. I think the first man to get hurt loses this fight. Alex Pereira brushed off his confrontation with Jamahal Hill at the UFC Performance Institute. Thursday, while both fighters appeared to be training at the UFC PI, Hill walked up to light heavyweight champion Pereira. That sparked a heated back and forth, which saw Pereira tell Hill to put on the gloves and step in the cage. Pereira was asked to give his side of the story, but barely acknowledged Hill, whom he knocked out in their title fight at UFC 300. Well, things happen. This is the first time it's happened to me, but I'm focused on myself, focused on my thing. Right now, he should be worried about his next fight. He has a tough fight with Yuri. Hill meets fellow former light heavyweight champion Yuri Prochazka January 18th at UFC 311. Meanwhile, Alex is targeting a return at the end of March or April. As for the opponent, Pereira says it could be Magomed Ankalaev. It seems to be, I don't know. But like I said before, I want to make it harder for him because of all the lies he said about me, so let's see what's next. Both Hill and Prochazka have their sights set on a rematch with Pereira. UFC heavyweight champion John Jones also wants Pereira next, and the newly crowned Fighter of the Year likes that he continues to have options. I'm happy to be called out by all these people. Keep my name out there. People are enjoying my job, but at the end of the day, what I really want is to continue my work and keep defending my belt. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. Your dedication and support fuel our passion to bring you the latest and greatest in the MMA world. If you enjoyed today's news, please give us a thumbs up and share it with fellow MMA fans. Remember to subscribe to stay in the loop with daily MMA updates. We've got a lot of exciting news, interviews, and analysis coming your way every single day. Your engagement helps us grow and serve the MMA community even better. Once again, thank you for being an integral part of our daily MMA journey.